Hello, this is Helena, and let's transform a Claude Design file into a fully functional website page using CrocoBuilder and its MCP. But please pay attention that I use the beta version of the plugin now, just released a few days ago, and many features are about to be polished and improved. So this is my new WordPress installation. It has nothing except the installed CrocoBuilder beta version. Also, I'm not a big fan of full site editing themes, so I've installed the classic theme, Hello in my case, but it can be any other lightweight starter theme. But CrocoBuilder can work with full site editing themes as well. Also, I've already connected the OpenAI agent using the WordPress connectors feature and set up CrocoBuilder MCP. In most cases, you will need to configure the MCP using a desktop app and the settings file, as self-hosted WordPress environments don't yet have a standardized way for AI clients to authenticate and connect directly. You can ask Claude Code to do it for you, but first enable the MCP server on your website, click Save, and then generate the token here. Give your agent this information and ask it to create an MCP connection for you. Once the connection is ready, pay attention to these instructions. Skills recommendations. Installing the downloadable CrocoBuilder skills is recommended for better prompts, safer workflows, and more consistent results. Open the downloadable AI skills section below. Download all skills or the individual skills files you need. Import or install those skills in your agent. Use the installed skills together with this MCP server for the best CrocoBuilder building experience. These skills give context to the agent, workflow guidance, so it will understand how to work with the builder much better, but it doesn't share any private site data or sensitive information. So next, I will definitely download them, each file individually, and install them in Settings, Skills, Add Upload Skill. Alternatively, I can download the whole pack as one file and give it to Claude Code directly in the chat, but this method seems faster to me. There are also some helper files in the LLM section. I won't be using them now as they are mainly intended for custom development and creating new integrations and features. Let's start building. This is my Claude Design file. It has a few sections, a header and footer, a classic page. I will transfer it to the Claude Code using this prompt. However, I will remove the implement command, so the agent will not start building something right away. I want it to follow my particular sequence of steps. It can do the job by itself in most cases, but I prefer to have more control. Just in case, I will ask if it has all the files. Okay, it does. I will also check if it sees my site and the skills. Perfect, it has everything. So let it start by creating a design system. I want it to add all the classes and variables. If you built your Claude Design file based on a certain existing design system, for example, I used elements from the Crocoblock website to generate my page, most likely it will recreate this design system fully. So even if you altered something on your design project, used a bit different colors, fonts and styles, don't be surprised to see your initial design system transferred to your website. To avoid this, take some time to create a new design system specifically for your project in Claude Design. And I can see my styles and variables on the site. The next step is creating components. I like that it even gave me the list of the components with all the details. Here I have my components. Now I will ask it to create a header and a footer using the theme builder. Last time when I didn't specify it, it built everything as a template, so now I want to give it clearer instructions. And I can open the theme builder on the side and see the header and the footer. And finally, let's build a page. In about 5 minutes, it already offered me the preview. I've logged in and also saw that the design doesn't look exactly as it should. This is where the debugging starts. And because I've logged in using the Claude browser, the agent now can properly see a preview and act as an admin. Open and close the editor, which is really efficient. For example, it figured out that to remove the page title, it should use the Croco full width page template. And by the way, it used the initial images from the first iteration of my page in Claude Design, even if I replace them later. Then I spent about 30 minutes correcting a few bugs, pointing the agent to them while it double-checked everything and figured out what was wrong. One of the reasons for some styling issues was my Hello theme's default styles. When I tried a similar task with the Astra theme, I didn't have such problems, which is interesting. Now when I open the editor in Chrome, I noticed this wrong color, and it comes from the initial design system where green is the main accent color, and the editor's iframe used it. So I asked the agent to fix this once and for all. And here we go again, this card component with the reversed order on desktop. It was always causing issues, even in Claude Design, so I explicitly told the agent to create a dedicated component so we wouldn't run into such issues anymore. Okay, now it looks good, and I can make additional edits. Add interactions, some hover effects, and so on. You can't build forms in CrocoBuilder yet, but it is in the roadmap and will be implemented soon. However, there is a dedicated JetFormBuilder element to insert forms in the editor. That's why I've created a form and added it to the page. This is my page. It's responsive, and it took me about an hour to turn it from a Claude Design file into a working page. It will be much faster to build other pages on this site, as I already have the design system and some components. Thank you for your time and happy building with Crocoblock.